Hey guys, welcome to a brand new today's video. And in this new today's video, this is going to be a brand new political discussion based video talking about a current political issue that's been causing a bit of controversy and disturbance in a specific area of California, and that's in the city of Fresno. And this is all in part because Rene Campos is running for city council to represent District 7 in Fresno City Council in the city of Fresno. Campo issued a statement to the media on Friday morning, and he is currently finishing up his paperwork to place his name on the ballot. He wasn't taking any questions today, but because he wants people to respect his privacy while he is finishing up his paperwork in running for City Council District 7 in the city of Fresno. And as he stated right here, for transparency, I've completed the oath and am finishing the remaining paperwork now to place my name on the ballot. Thank you. And as he wrote here, I took the oath today, and it was a powerful moment. That oath is not about a headline or a label. It's about the Constitution and the promise that in this country, we don't decide who belongs and who doesn't. If I'm ever entrusted with office, I will uphold that oath with everything in me, because the Constitution isn't meant to protect the popular. It is meant to protect everyone. Today, it may be me. Tomorrow, it could be you. And yesterday, it was someone else. That's exactly what that oath mattered. That's exactly why that oath matters. And his intention to run for city council has stirred up controversy both locally and nationally, showing up on many news media outlets such as Fox News, for instance. The main reason why that has stirred up controversy is in part because Rene Campos is a registered sex offender. And people feel and this has sparked a lot of fury, especially from some city councilors, and also what was sparked a lot of outrage among city councilors and state assembly members. And honestly, in my opinion, a lot of their responses are in my opinion just too emotional, in my opinion. And it really does go back to why the sex offender registry, and also a lot of the restrictions that human beings on the sex offender registry have to live by after they have got out of prison. Because in my opinion, people who are on the sex offender registry, these people are already overtly punished. They are punished so much. They are overtly punished. And I made a video about this a few years back, talking about the sex offender registry. Here's this video if you want in the corner. Check this video out in the corner here, and I'll leave the video in the description of this video. But I talked about that the biggest reason why the sex offender registry was created, and why these restrictions on people on the registry has consistently and progressively became more harsher, is due to our fear of the loner, the person who violently rapes a kid, violently abducts a kid, and violently murders them. And that's what happened to Jacob Wetterling, who was grabbed by a masked man. That image of the masked man fits the description of someone who violently grabs a kid and then murders them. Those are what the sex offender registry laws were designed around. They were designed around keeping people's keeping kids safe from the loner. It was all created and designed to protect people from the loner who preys on children, to protect kids who preys on children. And I have a little bit more evidence of a little bit more evidence of why these laws are really based on emotion. As what Assemblywoman Esmeralda Sofia stated as she introduced a bill that would have prevented registered sex offenders from running for any local or state public office. She even said, "It's deeply disturbing that this issue is unfolding in my own backyard. The idea that a registered sex offender could run for public office in the city of Fresno is unacceptable." Soria said this bill will ensure once and for all that registered sex offenders are prohibited from seeking public office in California, so voters can have confidence that those seeking to represent them meet the most basic standards of public trust. On top of that, this even aligns with Councilwoman Annalisa Perea, who also even stated that Rene Campos' candidacy for City Council District 7 is also quite disturbing because he's a registered sex offender. And on top of that, Big Picture Elementary School, the elementary school where that was across the street from St. John's Cathedral Church, where kids were present. They even came out with a statement saying, "We are not taking this lightly. We are actively pursuing every available legal measure to safeguard our students and ensure no legal boundaries are crossed. Student safety is not a political issue. It's a fundamental right that we will defend without hesitation." So this whole argument of why that they're using for why Rene Campos shouldn't run for public office, they're using the argument that we need to keep our kids safe. This is the common argument for why the sex offender registry was enacted. It was to protect children from the loner, the person who violently rapes another person. But those events are extremely rare. That rarely happens because most sex offenses occur between family and friends. They are people whom the victim knows. And on top of that, our fear of the loner, the person who violently rapes and murders a child, has expanded. That narrative has expanded to the person who urinates in public, to placing children on the sex offender registry. This also means the 16-year-old, the 19-year-old dating the 15-year-old on a dating app also is placed on the sex offender registry. Are all punished the same way as someone who violently rapes a child. Rene Campos is no different. Rene Campos is not some violent rapist that the media is making him out to be. All he was arrested, if I can see it, all he was arrested for, all he was convicted for was possessing child sexual abuse material back in 2018. That's all he was convicted for. He wasn't convicted of violently raping a child. He was just convicted for possessing child pornography material. That's all he was convicted for. So he does not fit the description of someone violently raping a child. He does not fit that description. On top of that, he has already paid his dues to society. He has already paid his dues. As Campos said, He has met all legal requirements. He has satisfied every legal obligation imposed under the laws California enacted for accountability and rehabilitation. So he has satisfied and met all legal obligations and all legal requirements. He has worked within the laws that California enacted for rehabilitation and accountability. And personally, in my opinion, Rene Campos should be allowed to run for public office because he has served his time and he has worked within the laws to run for public office. He has respected the laws and our Constitution. And he is honestly, it's very inspirational. His candidacy is very inspirational because he represents a marginalized class of society. He represents a marginalized class of society that deserves to be represented, that deserves to have a voice in our government. Because democracy, as he says, our political system, as he says, doesn't just belong to popular opinion. It belongs to everyone. It belongs to all of us. Democracy is ruled by the many. Rene Campos should be allowed to run for office. He has paid his dues. He has served his time. He should be allowed to run for office. And these people trying to assemble former Fresno City Councilwomen and also these city councilors and Assemblywoman Esmeralda supporting legislation to prevent sex offenders from running and holding public office is an absolute disgrace to democracy. If you don't want him elected, debate his ideas, engage with him in the democratic process. Engage with him in the democratic process. Don't start immediately barring him from public service. Don't do that. That's not right. That goes against the will of democracy. You have to trust the voters in the end. Let him run. Let him express of who he wants. Let him express his ideas of how society should also be ran. Let him express those ideas and let the voters judge him for who he is. Let him run for office. Let Rene Campos run for office because he has served his time. And democracy belongs to everyone. It doesn't belong to a select few. It belongs to all of us. It belongs to everyone. Democracy isn't ruled by one person. It's not ruled by the few. Democracy is ruled by the many. It is ruled by many people. Democracy means rule by the many. It belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us. And before I end off this video, this also goes into a personal opinion that I have also shared in another video on this channel. And this has to do with the fact that the United States incarcerates far more people than any other country. And it takes a lot of money. Taxpayers have to spend a lot of money in keeping people in prison. They have to spend a lot of money. And a lot of that money should be going towards rehabilitation and helping them be better people for themselves and allowing them to find a skill that they can use after they get released to be a productive neighbor for society. And Rene Campos has demonstrated that people incarcerated, even those on the sex offender registry, can be rehabilitated to be better neighbors for society. Can be rehabilitated to be better neighbors. And he has demonstrated this. He's running for office. He's running for office. He's doing something productive for the people that live in the city of Fresno. He's doing something productive in being a role model for all people in Fresno, California, that live in Fresno, California. He's being a role model for those people to also engage in the democratic process. Because democracy belongs to all of us. Which is why I believe Rene Campos should be allowed to run for city council. Because for one, he is moving on with his life. He's starting a new positive life for himself. Democracy belongs to everyone. And we should also, for one, be valuing rehabilitation in our society. So overall, you guys, share your opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about my opinion on Rene Campos being allowed to run for Fresno City Council? Share your opinion in the comment section below. But please be respectful to those that disagree with your opinions. Because we can all be agents of change that can truly reimagine California, Fresno, and America for generations to come. But until next time, guys, this is the Young Centrist, and I am out.